Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Sean Dyche has done his press conference today ahead of Saturday's crucial game against Burnley. It wasn't a great press conference, I must admit. It was some of the questions. Yeah. But he was asked, has the team had an uplift since the 1-1 draw on Tuesday against Newcastle?
Yeah, I think so. I said afterwards, in the media that we took a knockdown at Bournemouth, a scruffy, awkward goal at the end of a game. And to respond to that with a decent, certainly a very strong second half. I thought first half, Newcastle the better side, but then second half we came back into it and had a really strong sort of second half, particularly in the middle period of the second half when we certainly deserved the penalty we got and created another couple of really good chances.
Yeah, there you go. Obviously, it was only a couple of days ago, and it was a decent point. But I think for a lot of that game, we were pretty poor. And obviously, it's been another set piece goal, hasn't it? The penalty from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And obviously, goals from open play have been a major issue this season. We're relying on a lot of set pieces, corners, of course, second balls off free kicks and stuff. So Sean Dyche was asked about how they are working on scoring goals from open play.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the design, because set pieces really kind of, don't get me wrong, they're valid, but they kind of, hopefully anyway, they support the facts of your general play for obvious reasons, stats and facts, and the difference between scoring open play and scoring set-piece goals. I think we've created enough to score goals. I think finding them final moments has been the question mark all season. It remains so at the minute. And working hard in both boxes, which we certainly did the other night at Newcastle. And we've got to continue that thought process. I reminded the players before the game at Newcastle, if it was a strange game, it doesn't seem 2 minutes ago and we're winning 4 on the trot and we're scoring freely and keeping clean sheets, and then it just as if by magic you're on a tough run and everyone's making a noise about it. That's football, that's life in football. Correcting that is the key. We're very strong signs at Newcastle the other night of correcting that, and we've got to continue with that thought process and that performance level.
Yeah, there you go. We'll have to wait and see, won't we, on Saturday? It's something that has been a major problem all season. It started on day one, and we heard about XG and turning it round, and it rights itself. Well, it hasn't, has it? It hasn't. And recently, we're just not even making chances in the recent games. I think that's been so obvious. And Tuesday was a bit fortuitous in a way. A silly mistake by a defender has let us get a penalty in a game that I didn't really see us scoring in. I know James Garner at the post, but there has to be more moments of quality. And Sean Dyche was asked whether he had the quality in the team to turn the current situation around.
Yeah, I think. I mean, as recent weeks even. I thought it was a soft one at Bournemouth without being particularly poor, but it was soft. I thought we were very good at Man United. I thought we were very good against West Ham. They're very good performances. You score there, them types of performances. You score a goal and you win them games, and everyone thinks that you're back on blob and everyone's playing terrifically. And they were a good sort of measure of how that works. You've got to go and repeat. You've got to get back to them performance levels and then turn the screw. You've got to score goals. You've got to score, as I always say, in its basic form. You're scoring that and then stop it in that end. That will never change. They're the basic principles. So getting back to that is the key. And I think, as we were suggesting, the second half, it had that feel. That bit's hard to explain for people who, look at these press conferences. The feel of years of being in football, I've been in it all my life. You can sense and feel when it's right, and all the players were the same. Afterwards, some of the key players, some of the older players, they know on the pitch, and they were suggesting afterwards, that's when we're right. That feeling, that's when we're right, because they can sense it on the pitch. Recreating and finding consistency in that feeling, of course, that's the next step of that. You can't just rely on a half of football. You've got to take it forwards, and that's what we're looking to do.
Obviously, Sean Dyche very confident in himself and also in his team, which he always is, isn't he? So, has it got the quality? I don't know. It hasn't really shown it in the last 4 months, but before that, it did show it had something, and obviously won a few games of football that have, which would have Everton in quite a comfortable position this season if it hadn't been for the points deduction. And we have to find that form in the remaining games, and if we if we did, then we would finish the season comfortable, even with a second points deduction probably coming next week. We'd finish the season very comfortable if we could win 3 games. But it has been obviously tough since we last played Burnley in this horrible run. So we'll have to wait and see. On the injury front, Sean Dyche confirmed that Dan Juma is back on the grass, but probably this game will come too early for him, which is crazy, really, when you think how long he's been out. He's been out since the 31st of January. And the fact that he's still out, obviously limped off at Fulham, and he's still out, and we're now in April, is crazy. No Dobbin, I don't think, either, and Onana has got a couple of knocks, and that they'll be assessed as well. So it'll be probably same old again, but obviously maybe the likes of Jack Harrison will come back into the side. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see at 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Moving on, Premier League clubs are considering abolishing points deductions and introducing a luxury tax. Isn't that fantastic? Isn't that fantastic news, everybody? Fantastic news. Premier League clubs believe that points deduction, that penalty is too severe, and obviously we've seen Everton and Nottingham Forest get points deductions, and Everton probably will get a second one next week, as I mentioned. Premier League clubs obviously were terrified to go and buy anybody in January. The whole way PSR is done will be changing, looks like, anyway, but the punishments do need to be sorted out, streamlined, and there to be an actual tariff. Now, this will probably mean that a lot of the clubs at the higher end will be able to do what they want. They can do what they want anyway, and this just helps them out. But the timing of it is incredible, absolutely incredible. I doubt they'll admit that points deduction have been a problem or it's wrong. They'll just say we're bringing in something new, and what's happened to Everton and Forest will just be brushed under the carpet, and we move on, and this is the new punishment because this is the new way of doing PSR. It's incredible. I'm not sure Everton can do anything about it either, because Everton, the Premier League, are a private company, it's a private league, and everything's been agreed to by the clubs. So sadly, it's probably we and Forest will probably be hit, and maybe no other club, maybe Leicester, because of when they did it, will be under the old rules. Maybe City, because it's under the old rules. But certainly going forward, no one else will ever be punished again, which is fine, because we don't agree with points deductions. But the fact that Evertons and Forest will stand is absolutely incredible, and again shows you where we are with the Premier League. Moving on, Everton have been linked with a player today. I know, Everton and players. It's incredible. They've been linked to the Wolfsburg centre-back, Maxence Lacroix, 23-year-old, played 23 games this season, 3 goals. French centre-back. Everton might need to replace a centre-back next season. Probably. Well, maybe if Jared Branthwaite was to leave, but even if he wasn't to leave, if we can get Michael Keane out the door, even Ben Godfrey out the door, and let's be honest, Ben Godfrey's going to be going. If he doesn't go this summer, he'll probably go next summer. So we have to prepare ourselves for that to happen as well. So we've been linked with him today. We'll have to wait and see. But the idea of Everton signing players just seems mad, doesn't it? With everything going on, it just seems. I'm sure Everton are still trying to bring players in for next season, but it all just seems a bit out of left field that we can actually buy players. But there you go. Make sure to check out the match preview. Me and Baz have sat down about the crucial game on Saturday against Burnley. Huge game. So make sure you check out that, and make sure to give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want more great videos, join us over on Toffee TV Premier, where we do daily live exclusive videos. Also, all the videos and podcasts have no adverts on them, nothing to interrupt your viewing or hearing pleasure. So make sure to check that out. The link is in the description. QR codes come on the screen now. See you later.